Hey guys, Kevin here. This is my second video. So the first attempt, I had some internet connection problems and so in this video we'll be talking about how to upgrade your call center career. Um, I've been doing this, uh, I've been managing callcentertrainingtips.com for over 10 years and I've been giving tips and uh, at the time of this recording, there are 13,000 followers. So I have you, and a lot of you have already sent me a message that you're hired already. So I've been posting it in the albums, not all of it, but some of it. I like some of them. So what I end up doing is I post them on the albums. So most of my tips involve giving giving information on how to pass interviews, how to upgrade your resume, how to be confident, how to improve your English. So so most of my posts involve that, and this post will be different. The main goal of this post will be to help people upgrade their call center career. So this is for people who already got hired in a call center, or like if you're new to the call center industry or the BPO industry, I recommend you check out all my other lessons, and maybe you can come back to this video later. But if you're interested in learning about how to upgrade, so what's next after you get hired in a call center, then you can just stay on and just stay on here and just listen to the lessons. So yeah, let's begin. So the first thing I want to talk about is I want you to aim higher than call center work. So if your dream job is working for a call center, then I recommend that you aim higher. So, because the reason I say that is there are better jobs, but most people don't realize it is that call centers are one of the best jobs that allow you to jump to your dream job. So call center jobs are very powerful stepping stones. And when I was starting out, I didn't have the starting resource to go after my dream job. So my mom advised me to start taking low-paying jobs like fast food clerk or store clerk or something like that. And then my friend advised me to start my job in sales because it will teach me basic business and people skills. And this is a really good option as well. So the problem, however, is that when you start with sales, the first 6 months or maybe a year, the pay is really low. So you can't buy what you want, and the learning curve as well as the promotion takes a long time. So, and the reason I know this is because I started in sales. So my first sales job only paid 6,000 pesos a month. And the other sales jobs that I took are commission-based. And if you're not familiar with what commission-based means, it means that if you don't make a sale, you don't have any income. So literally zero, okay? So, and in those situations, I end up borrowing money for expenses. However, the reason why I recommend call center jobs to start with is that if you work for a call center or a BPO, you can expect to make more money and be more comfortable as you make more progress. So, so some questions that I want you to consider: does your dream job require a diploma and you didn't finish college? Or then, if that's the situation, use your call center money to save up and then pay for tuition. You can achieve your dream job. The other question that you might want to consider is, can your dream job be achieved by taking short online courses? Then use your call center salary to buy a computer and begin studying from your computer. And then the other question you want to ask is, if is your dream job a to become a small business owner and you need capital, then use your call center money to save up. Or if you do you have just like a passion that you want to follow or pursue a hobby, maybe you can just use your call center and your rest days to practice your hobby. So if you're creative, you can use your call center money to get the life that you want. So I've done it personally. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a shitload of patience, but it's worth it. Because what's sad is a lot of people are standing still and doing nothing. If your goal is too big and your job and your goal looks impossible for you, I recommend that you use whatever tools that you have and grab whatever opportunities that you can reach so you can move closer to your dream. And that's it. You don't just wish for things to happen. You have to move closer to your goals, even if it's bit by bit. Because wishing only is a starting point. And dreaming is a good start. And then you wake up and you have to go to work on your goals. And it's a small and slow process, step by step. And so what's my formula for success? So I posted this on my wall. It's consistent, slow, small steps forward. And that's it. If something's too fast, now a lot of people are attracted by fast. That's why a lot of people are cheated and robbed by network marketing companies. I have a love-hate relationship with network marketing companies. So if you've ever gotten invited to like companies that require you to sell their products and recruit your friends, I can't say it's all bad. Some of it is okay, like acceptable opportunities. I've attended some great seminars with Francis Kong and a whole bunch of these other teachers at the discount because I was part of those companies. But the truth is, it's not really as good as what people say. All right, so it is an opportunity. It is difficult, but it's not for me. There are better ways to go about, and I hope to teach you through this through my blog, like what I'm teaching on the page. So yeah, so if something is too fast, maybe someone's trying to sweet talk you into giving them your money. And by the way, I have if you're not familiar, if it's your first time viewing this video and like you've never heard of me before, you've never read this blog before, I have over 200 free lessons on the webpage. All you have to do is visit callcentertrainingtips.com and you can scroll through all the lessons, and I've been writing all these lessons for over 10 years. You can read all these for free. Now, okay, so aim higher than call center work, because call center money is good. Now, let me just, I put something together about the math of call center money. Let me just go through that. Okay. So yeah, I put this together. It's also on the blog. If you want to read instead of watch the video, just go to the website callcentertrainingtips.com. So as I've said, the call center or BPO industry is a great stepping stone for bigger income earning opportunities. So I wrote this list of ideas. If you want to read it, just go to the website. And bigger opportunities involve you making the call center money work for you instead of you working for the money forever. So this post is also called "How to Build Your Dream Life with Call Center Money." So because if you work for an international call center with a starting pay of 16 to 18,000 pesos per month, after 2 years you can apply for a higher paying job also in the call center industry for maybe 21 to 25,000 pesos per month. And with this amount of income, you can really use the BPO industry as a stepping stone for greater things. Now, personally, I don't recommend staying at work in a call center for longer than 3 years because it's embarrassing to admit. A lot of call center agents won't admit this as well because call center work has health risks. If you sleep at daytime and work at nighttime and you're in front of computers, you're getting all these lights and radiation, you're probably gonna get sick, or you're probably gonna get less healthy as time goes by. And if you work in a call center for a long time, you're gonna notice that you're gonna feel less alive. Maybe that's too much. Maybe you're gonna notice some health problems if you stay too long working at night. And I've gotten that. What do you call that? I've gotten some. I have a medical test that says I have hypertension, and that's when I quit working for a call center. So I left the call center industry because of health reasons, and yeah, like if you work night shift and you don't get enough sleep, if you're a guy, you're gonna have a problem staying hard. And if you're not single, that's gonna be a bad thing. So you want to make sure that you get lots of sleep. You want to make sure that you eat healthy, avoid fast food, avoid alcohol, avoid smoking. Basic stuff that you learn in school. Just do that, eat healthy, and you should be fine. So if you're smart with how you handle your call center money, I don't know why I didn't put the math here, but let's just do this math with me. Let me just type something. So let's say you make 20,000 pesos per month and you only save maybe 10,000 per month. 10,000 times 12 times 13 times 3. Turn off the Wi-Fi. Oh, there you go. So 10,000 times 13 times 3 is 390,000. So I guess if it's times 5, I don't remember the math here, but the idea is if you save maybe 5,000 per month or 5,000 every paycheck times 2 times 13, that's 130,000 a year, and you multiply that by say 5 years, or maybe just 3 years. You have 390,000. and you can do a lot of things with 390,000. So that's one thing to consider. As long as you don't spend all of your money, you should be fine. So what I'm trying to say in this post is there are bigger opportunities than working in a call center. But don't use this as an excuse to just go out and go job hopping. My first tip is to be really good at your job. So if you got hired in a call center, one of your goals should be to become a top agent, because you're not really qualified to buy investments if you make less than $1,000 a month. So that's 50,000 pesos. So before you think of investments, before you think of businesses, you need to try making 50,000 pesos a month. And the idea is, if you start investing and you have a low income, the downside to that is that you can make wrong investments and people will just take money, because there are a lot of attractive investments. If you're talking to a really good salesperson, they're gonna sell you something like double your money in a few months, or make 12% per month or something like that. And we all know that's not true. I know you do too. Like deep inside, it's not true that you're gonna double your money in a few months. That's a bad thing, right? Like that's like someone's just gonna come over, pitch you a good deal, like a good business deal. I keep seeing it on my Facebook feed, like recruit your friends and make this much amount of money. Not a good idea unless you hate your friends or something. So the idea, like if you want safe investment, if you want to guarantee an increase in your monthly salary, you're only allowed to invest in your skills. Buy books, take classes, and heck, you don't have to take classes from me. Like go to udemy.com, it has free, or you could just Google online classes and learn a whole bunch of different skills. Now, I'm gonna talk about something really offensive, okay? There are two types of schools here in the Philippines. There are good schools, and then there's everything else. Now, if you've come from a good school, not a lot of you are gonna end up working in a BPO because you already have like high-paying jobs, or you already have your dream jobs. No, not a lot of people have BPO work as their dream jobs. It's something that you learned, that like, oh, this industry has high income, and you should work here. And then there are people who come from maybe unpopular schools and they get hired in the call center, and that's it. Like, so as you're growing up, you aim higher and higher and higher, and then once you get hired in the BPO, that's it, you stop. Now, and that's a downside. People who come from rich families are able to send their kids to like good schools, and people who come from middle class or poor families, they're able to send their children to like okay schools, and then the career doesn't really pick up that much later on. Now, a lot of you will be able to debate me on that. So, like, I'm sure you know someone who came from a bad school, or someone who didn't even finish school and they're up high in their career. And yeah, that's not everyone. Everyone else is gonna have a difficult time. And I'm sure, I'm now 33 and I've met a lot of people who tell me that, oh, I wish I had a better education. I wish I had a better, and they're struggling. They're making less than minimum wage. And if you're over 25, I'm sure you've already met enough people in this situation. So the alternative to having this kind of life is by educating yourself, self-education. And that's what I did, and that's very difficult. It takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of persistence. But the best way to deal with your disadvantage as far as education goes is to go out and educate yourself. And the cheapest way to do that is by buying books. And if you have a little more money, start taking classes, start taking an online course. Now, I learned this about Chinese and Indians. So Chinese people and Indian people, they use their commute time to study. They take online courses. The biggest ethnicity, and this sounds racist, but you get the idea. A lot of Indians, a lot of Chinese people, they take online courses, they study, they keep improving. Filipinos, not so much. I don't know a lot of people personally who take online courses. I know a few, and they're like high up in their career. But for people in the entry level, people in the like people I know, people in my circle, I don't know a lot of people who take online courses. It's just me and a few others as an exception, and we are able to improve because of that. And I encourage you, like if you have maybe 2,000, 3,000 pesos, buy an online course from Udemy or Skillshare. This is not a sponsored message. Well, maybe later I'll try to get an affiliate for Skillshare. Buy audiobooks to teach yourself during your commute. Just listen to podcasts for free. Podcasts are free. If you have a smartphone, an Android phone or an iPhone, download the podcast app and start listening. If you need recommendations, I recommend Let's Know Things by Colin Wright. Again, that's Let's Know Things. You can also listen to Freakonomics, Hardcore History. Just search for it, you'll find it. On the website I have a list of recommended podcasts. You can check it out. And I used to be oblivious to this. I have no idea about this outlook in life. And when I began working for a call center, and the account that we handled is called Comcast. So if you're not familiar with Comcast, Comcast is like Sky Cable and PLDT in the States. So they're initially cable company. So they provide cable services and cable TV. So you get that service, you pay monthly, you get more channels. And then this company expanded. They have a phone service, and they also have internet service, kind of like how Sky Cable is here in the Philippines. They have this thing called Sky Broadband. So you pay for cable, you also pay for internet, and that's a service that we're handling. And I was doing technical support for Comcast, and when I was doing technical support for Comcast, we get a lot of calls. Initially, I got very few calls, but later on, I started getting calls about people who are working online. So they work from home, they work from the house, and I also get calls from people who are studying from home. So they're taking an online course. And a lot of these people are Indians and Chinese, and there are a few Americans. They work from home, and they make their money online, and then they upgrade their education online. So I did a search, and I found a bunch of online courses. So I've been learning about how to manage a website from, what do you call that? I learned how to manage a website online. I just took an online course for that. It's more it's I bought my online course for like 2,000, and some of you might argue, well, YouTube is free, but the thing about online courses, websites that offer online courses, is it has a structure, so it's the lessons are easier to find. You don't have to search for it, and there are no ads. Because advertisements, these usually distract you. Like, the reason why you're paying for school is you don't get ads in school, right? So, so the people who complained, they have internet problems, and they told me, like, you gotta fix my internet because I work online and I make my money from the internet. And then every now and then I ask them, like, how did you get started? And then they said, like, oh, you take this online course and you just sign up and just get some work. You get paid. They send the money to your bank account, and that's actually what I do now. That's my work. So I work online. I work from home, but now I'm renting an office. And this job has allowed me to work from anywhere. So, well, anyway, I've gotten. My main point is that the asset that you should be investing is you. So the way you do that is by investing in your skills. Because if you're faithful with the small things, you will be entrusted with bigger things. Now, if you can manage yourself well as far as discipline goes, and that discipline should be applied in taking care of your health, educating yourself, managing your time, then you can be qualified for higher things. So you could get promoted and manage an actual business. Like, a business owner will promote you and make you a manager over the business, and then you learn how business works, and then you can start your own business or invest in a business. But if you're just entry level, if you're just like an agent, you're not supposed to start your own business, because people are just going to cheat you. People are going to sell you a business, and then wala na, your money's gone, your opportunity is gone. And even if you get hired in a call center, you're not gonna get a lot of opportunities. So my recommendation, you take care of your learn how to take care of your health. So that's the first thing. Learn how to cook. Learn how to take care of your finances. I'll try to write up more on that. That's also an interesting topic for me, but I haven't had the time to write about it. Keep honing your skills. You can take online courses, you can buy books. Writing skills will be useful forever, so always work on improving your writing skills. The cheapest way, the fastest way, the easiest way to improve your writing skills is buy a notebook and just write your thoughts. Write down your problems, write down your goals, write down your ideas. So use up maybe like 10 lines a day, or maybe more. Just a few lines, and you should be fine. Just write the date and write things down. Writing skills are going to be useful forever. Keep improving your communication skills, because as you go higher into your career, the need to improve your communication skills also improve. Now, if you've been on Facebook, you should be able to see trending ngayon, like some complaints about bad bosses or bad parents or just bad people. Like, if you really sit down and think about it, like, all these bad things about people who are higher up in power is usually just a problem with the communication skills. And then practice managing your time. You shouldn't waste all of your time just playing games. You should be reading, you should be studying, you should be improving yourself. you should be planning your life. You can use your notebook to plan your life. Uh, what else? So also learn how to set goals. Use your notebook for that. Um, and you should keep on reading and exploring. And that's it. That's how you upgrade your call center career. So you start, you get hired in the call center, you teach yourself how to become a top agent. The easiest way to do that is by writing things down, writing down your problems, writing down your solutions, and then trying out those solutions. When you try out those solutions, you can improve slowly. It takes time. And when you're really good at your job already, you can just jump to a higher paying. Um, I have a question from Russville. It says, "Is it okay watching English movies instead?" Yes and no. You can improve a lot from watching English movies. But the problem is sometimes you watch movies, you get too entertained, and then you forget the study part. So I guess you could do that maybe once a week, watch a movie, but also take also study. Just uh, try to improve yourself, because if it's just entertainment, then voila, we can just watch movies. Sometimes that's my problem. I have a Netflix subscription and I watch Netflix, and then 16 hours later I realize I spent my entire day watching Netflix and I didn't really learn that much. So yeah, I recommend you save money, buy books, buy online courses, or take a class, take an actual class where you get to meet people. And don't just take free classes. Take classes that you have to pay for. Because if you have to pay for it, you're actually gonna get more value. Because a lot of the free classes, they have all these hidden agendas. So for example, I keep seeing this free call center training. What's the purpose? So they can process you for their affiliate call centers and they make money. Or free something, free training for this barangay. What's the purpose? Promote this politician. And sometimes these free call center trainings, they're just using this training to steal money from the government. They charge this much, but they only give you this much training. So I don't recommend that. Anyway, yeah. If you've gotten to so the other thing I wanted to say is that uh, trying to upgrade yourself is really difficult, but it's worth it. I mean, if you're at an age like, I don't know you personally, but there are a lot of times when you feel like, ano, tangin ang hirap naman itong ginagawa ko, magpapasarap na lang ako. I'll just join my friends. Kasi that's a problem. If you're trying to upgrade your life, 90% of the people around you are not interested in upgrading their life. 90% of the people around you, what are their interests? Love life, kumain, magpasarap. And then what happens? Mamaya mangungutang na sa'yo. Mamaya mag-share na ng problems na hindi nila ma-solve. And if you join them with what they're doing, you're gonna get weaker and weaker and weaker. And then eventually, you're gonna be in a situation na wala, ikaw naman yung mangungutang. Ikaw naman yung desperado. So, you don't want that in your life. You want to keep improving. Like, we all have our problems. We all have our disadvantages. We all have people who betrayed us. We all have all these things, and you might be able to relate. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're too young to relate. But what I'm trying to say is, you need to keep improving. You need to keep improving your life. You need to keep struggling, and it's difficult, but it's gonna be worth it. Like, guess what? I started my very first job, 6,000 a month, working in a mall, approaching people with flyers, and then my next job is what? Commission basis, no sale, no pay, and then I get like, and then it keeps improving. Became 10,000, became 15,000. I got hired in a call center. The pay there was like 25 because I have a few years of experience. Okay, and then I was able to get my dream job, and I get more or less like a little more. My pay got upgraded, and I don't have to work the whole day. I don't work 8 hours a day anymore. And the best part is I don't commute. I've done the math. If you live in Parañaque, you work in Makati, so, and let's say you spend 120 pesos on pamasahe, it's gonna cost you, and let's say you spend 2 to 4 hours a day on your commute, it's actually costing you 11,000 to work in Makati. So if you can set yourself up in a way where you don't have to commute, you already gave yourself an 11,000 peso upgrade. So anyway, so yeah, that, oh hi, hello. If you got up to this part, thanks for watching. Now, yeah, I have to, let me just check something. Ah, there you go. Oh, yeah. And then, the other tip is you should always be saving your money, because if you have to jump to a new job or to a new career, it usually takes around 16 interviews to get hired. So you need to be able to pay for 16 interviews. And when I say pay for, you don't pay for the interview, you pay the costs of preparing for that interview. So that's the fare, that's the food, that's whatever else you're gonna spend if you need to buy new clothes. So yeah, anyway, so if you got up to the end of this video, I'm sorry it's not as good as all my other videos, because I'm still new to sharing about this topic. But if you have any ideas on how to upgrade your call center career, or how you plan to upgrade your career, then yeah, you can share it in the comments, and yeah, let me know. If you have any questions, just send me a message, or you can leave a comment. What are your goals after you get hired? How do you plan to use that call center money that you're going to make? And yeah, I'll leave it at this, and I'll try to go online tomorrow. Which one do you prefer? Do you want me to go live in the morning or in the afternoon? In the afternoon, I'm thinking around 2-3 p.m. In the morning, maybe early, around 9 a.m. Like, which one's better? Which one do you guys like? Because well, this place has good internet, so yeah. Anyway, I'm signing off. Thanks for watching. feel free to visit the site callcentertrainingtips.com, and I'm giving out free reviewers. So if you're interested in that, just send me a message. Okay, bye guys.